Have you ever felt the ghosts of your past pulling strings on your soul? Picture the dry crunch of sand underfoot, the bitter taste of regret like dust on your tongue, the distant howl of wind carrying echoes of lost innocence. Much like the wandering samurai in Kurosawa's Yojimbo, torn between peace and violence, or the haunted soldiers of Vietnam, where memories twist into nightmares. That's the gripping essence of Trigun Stargaze Episode 3, Memento Mori, released on January 24, 2026. As this sequel to Trigun's Stampede arcs deeper into Vash's tormented journey on the barren planet No Man's Land, the episode strikes like a sudden sandstorm, raw and unrelenting. I was personally struck by its blend of frenzy and heartache, pulling me right into the fray, yet veiling just enough to stir an itch for truth. What if your own buried mistakes rose up like puppets in the dark? It dangles that question, building suspense that makes you yearn to witness the unraveling yourself. Building from Episode 2's emotional gut punch, where Vash, hiding as the subdued Eryx, faced a plea to save a town from raiders, unveiling Hoppert's tragic past and Wolfwood's timely return. This chapter catapults him into horror on Crunchyroll. Vash returns to his old ship home, now a twisted domain overrun by marionettes and a sinister puppet master, Leonov. Imagine the eerie tension of Hitchcock's Psycho, where shadows hide horrors, or the desperate stand at the Alamo, defiance amid despair. You're there, heart pounding as bullets fly in chaotic shootouts, alliances form with unlikely locals, and revelations about Leonov's identity, tied to Vash's brother Knives, unfold. The crew reunites in a climactic save, but lingering threats from Earth ships loom. Why does the past puppeteer the present? The episode transitions the story toward larger confrontations, leaving curiosity gnawing. Dive in to feel the strings tighten around you. This episode accelerates the narrative like a runaway train in the Wild West tales of old, advancing Vash's quest by forcing him out of hiding and into direct clashes with Knives' manipulations. Key revelations? Leonov's true identity as Emilio, a survivor twisted by Knives' influence, echoes biblical betrayals like Judas, shifting alliances and exposing deeper plots. Twists hit hard. The puppet infestation isn't random but a targeted horror, and the cliffhanger with reunions and incoming threats balances hope with dread. Pacing is whirlwind fast in action but pauses for breaths, like the rhythmic build in Beethoven's symphonies, maintaining dramatic equilibrium. Fans on Reddit and X often puzzle over cloudy aspects like Leonov's transformation. Why puppets? How tied to Knives? Drawing from Yasuhiro Naito's manga, Trigun Maximum Volume 3, Leonov is a gung-ho gun, enhanced by Knives to control minds via strings, but Stargaze streamlines it, skipping manga details like mixed real humans among puppets, causing Vash to accidentally wound one, and his defeat by water-weighted strings instead of gravity manipulation. X reactions call it streamlined but dope, clarifying it's an adaptation choice to amp CGI dynamism. Previous episodes set Vash's no-kill vow. Here, it tests him against non-humans, explaining his rare glee in combat. Reddit threads note how this echoes Stampede's darker tone, but manga adds layers like a missing line, Vash urging Leonov to remember the taste of your father's bread, to break brainwashing. It's all unfolding Knives' grand scheme, Earth's arrival signals invasion, making sense of the core, Vash's pacifism versus inevitable war. Vash shines with psychological depth, his hidden wounds, guilt over past destructions like July City, driving a transformative arc hiding as Eryx crumbles. Choices to fight puppet surprise, showing growth from repression to reluctant hero, consistent yet evolving like Odysseus reclaiming his home. Leonov/Emilio embodies twisted motivations, a puppet of vengeance, his dialogue raw with betrayal. Wolfwood, Yoshimasa Hosoya, and Meryl, Sakura Ando, return as anchors, their interventions surprising in timing, pulling Vash from the brink. Hoppert's absence lingers as motivation. I think their consistencies, Vash's smiles amid chaos, reveal souls scarred but resilient power corrupts like absolute monarchs in history, manifesting in Knives' manipulation turning innocence into tools, questioning morality. Can you fight without losing yourself? Sacrifice surfaces in Vash's near-kill moment, survival clashing with hope versus despair, like Camus' absurd rebellion against fate. These aren't distant, they grip characters' choices, asking you, what puppets pull your strings? New lore enriches. Home is a fallen sanctuary, puppet tech as Knives' biotech extensions, complicating the universe with Earth fleets incoming, hinting at interstellar war, adding sci-fi grit without overload, sharp and impactful, no cliches. Vash's quips amid frenzy foreshadow inner turmoil, resonating like Hemingway's terse revelations in The Old Man and the Sea. Wolfwood's sarcasm cuts deep, pulling you into the banter as if beside the campfire. What burdens do words carry? The script seduces with weight, building suspense that leaves you hungry for echoes. Animation pulses with fluidity from Studio Orange, art director Hiroshi Takeuchi crafting symbolism. Stark reds of blood blood against sandy yellows evoke isolation's beauty as a cruel mirage, shadows swallowing hope, stillness in Vash's gaze versus whirlwind movement in fights shaping raw emotion. Credit to key animator Takahiro Yashimatsu and visuals director Kenji Muto for seamless CGI that makes chaos feel alive. Direction amplifies tension. Low angles on puppets mirror Vash's dread. Rapid edits like Scorsese's frenzy in Goodfellas, composing shots that tighten the noose of story strain. Tatsuya Kato's soundtrack haunts like a lone harmonica, motifs crescendo in shootouts, burning into memory, silence in revelations speaking volumes of inner voids. Voice acting elevates. Yoshitsugu Matsuoka's Vash trembles with intensity, embodying fractured optimism. Yoshimasa Hosoya's Wolfwood growls soul-deep cynicism. Junya Ikeda's knives, via influence, chills with timbre of quiet menace. These deliveries aren't mere words, they pulse with characters' battered hearts. This episode scarred me with its weight, wonder at Vash's fleeting joy, ache from twisted fates, like witnessing the fall of Rome, grandeur crumbling. The climax? A collision of destinies, breaking point where mercy teeters, shifting everything like the Berlin Wall's tumble. Connects to universal queries. Can we escape our puppets? Have you felt past echoes cry out? I anticipate more, but it provokes. What if watching reveals your own strings? Pacing rushes in spots, complexity veils motives, yet deliberate, like Joyce's layered prose, thematic for a universe of hidden manipulations. Opacity? A choice to mirror Vash's confusion, rewarding manga dives. Balanced, it shines in action but could linger more on quiet hurts. Episode 3 strengths, visceral action, profound growth, haunting craft, outweigh streamlined flaws, succeeding as narrative gale and emotional poetry. It beckons not as choice, but inevitable. What if stepping into the sandstorm uncovers the peace you've buried? Feel the dust sting, the cry fade, watch, or forever wander wondering.